Hans, very happy to have you today. Hans Gelderblom is professor in medical oncology at the Leiden University. Your topic of research and clinical research are early phase clinical trials, sarcoma, and you do also pharmacogenomic and pharmacokinetics.
Yeah.
And you're the PI of a drug trial, and you're leading the consortium for PCM4EU. So my question to you, Hans, today is, could you make an introduction of PCM4EU for the community, please?
Yeah. Well, thank you, Loic. So I'm one of the three PIs. It's really a joint effort. Maybe a little story how it started in the Netherlands, because so in 2016 some initiatives came together where we had a whole genome sequencing facility for free. It was a generous gift from an anonymous donor, so we were really happy with that. And in the meantime, there was an academic initiative to collect these data from the hospitals in the Netherlands and link it to the WGS data. So that was the starter. And then at that time, there were, you might recall from France, there were some negative personalized cancer medicine trials. And that was mainly, I think, due to the fact that there was not enough medication if you found a actionable driver. So our aim was to get a lot of companies on board, and the companies were willing to do so, and I was really happy with that. So it was a lot of work, and we got a Dutch cancer grant, and there was a fundraising group getting us money. So we were able to start up this trial in 2016, and it worked quite well because you know that there are a lot of medical cancer patients that are in need of treatment where there's no standard treatment, so they only have an option of phase 1. But if you have a driver mutation, you really want to get them on board of such a trial. So that worked well, but then we came across the fact that there are so many different cohorts, and the things were so rare. So even in a country with almost 80 million people, we thought, well, we have to work together with other countries. We had some collaboration already with the US and Canada, taper capture, but that was difficult. I mean, across the Atlantic, it's not as easy to work together in Europe. So we had the Nordic countries who were really involved and interested in the protocol that we shared. We had benefit if we could enlarge our cohorts, and they had benefit that they didn't have to do all the work that we did already. So that resulted in a memorandum of understanding with the Scandinavian countries, and from there on we took the initiative to apply for a European grant. PCM4EU, Personalized Cancer Medicine for EU, is EU for Health grant under the Cancer Mission Beating Cancer Plan. And it was already in place, the consortium, but they wanted us, and I'm very happy for that, to include as many countries as possible. And so, of course, I came to Lyon and asked whether they wanted to participate. Warsaw, a lot of other countries beyond this Nordic collaboration. And in the meantime, the UK disappeared from the EU, but they're a good friend. They have a sort of a same study. So now we had a plan to, in the next 2 years, and started 1st of January, PCM4EU, to build a sort of a platform where we can work on in the next year, because this is a trial that have cohorts flying in and out. It's a platform trial that we want to continue for at least the next decade, I would say. And this PCM4EU grant has several work packages. That's the way we should do it. In the work package 1 is the organization. Work package 2 is about clinical decision support systems, NGS platforms, trying to build some uniformity, knowledge exchange, so we can work more in a more efficient way. Guidelines for molecular tumor boards, Then work package 3 is about building this platform to do these trials in parallel, I would say, to fill the cohorts together more quickly, which could be of benefit for patients and for pharma and for everyone. Then we have the work package 4 on health economics, outcome, implementation. And then we have work package 5, which is about transborder access to drugs. Of course, we have the goal to get all the countries on board. We have made a system with buddy countries, so a country where it works well buddies up with a country where it has not started yet, trying to get the study up and going, and it works with the personal communication, and we hope that works. But there may be patients in the meantime that have a very promising actionable mutation and that would need to have treatment, and so we are exploring the ways for the patient to go to another country. And then we have work package 6, and that's about education, very important. Lyon, Warsaw are involved. We realize this is quite new, and it's a very moving target, I would say. So it's important to educate the physicians, educate the public, educate patients. So that's why we have all these podcasts, which I'm very happy about. So it's a whole system in place to make a basis for Primrose, and Primrose is the next grant that we got. It will start actually next week, 1st of July, and this is actually to build on the European platform. And, the call of the grant was to have also control cohorts, and that would be synthetic control cohorts. We have a lot of databases of genomic data and clinical data. I mentioned the Hartwig data set in the Netherlands, where there are about 10,000 patients, but in all the other countries there are databases that we probably can use as a control for our cohorts, because we were working in rare disease, single-arm trials, progressive patients, so if you see stabilization and especially if you see response, you have a good signal. But it would be nice also to have control cohorts. And of course there will be work on the value for the society and for the patients. Well, I'm very happy. This will be a longer project, 5 years, 6 million euros, more countries involved. There are a lot of countries that apply now later on, like Belgium, Greece, many countries, and we're open to other countries to get involved.
So thanks a lot, Hans, for this very comprehensive overview of those two projects, PCM4EU and Primrose. And we are happy to introduce with you the suite of podcasts that we'll have within Work Package 6 of PCM4EU that will go in depth of every topic that Hans presented to you. So see you soon.